Hello, my name is Eddie, and this here is Mr. Chubbs. Welcome to my life.
First step to your budget DIY bioactive enclosure is to actually secure the enclosure. So we did here, and we stole it on Marketplace for $40. Do not pay retail for these enclosures. That is what I'm telling you. Right here, you can see me. I'm starting to deep clean this thing. This thing is absolutely one of the most dirtiest, disgusting enclosures I have ever seen. It's got layers of poop, tape, sticky residue, all types of things. But let me tell you, these abrasive hand wipes literally ate through that stuff. No issues at all. Like, I sat there scrubbing it for a little while, but it wasn't very hard at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scrub the whole thing down with these towels that I got here. Then after I do that, I end up spraying it all with a disinfectant cleaner just to give it a good old sanitize, because like I said, you have no idea what the last person used this thing for, and obviously it didn't go well if they're selling it to you. So we're gonna get it all cleaned up and get all the stuff out of it.
Alright everybody, now that we got it all cleaned up and we're ready to go, we're gonna go for a water test. Sorry about the dogs. Alright, so we're gonna do this water test and let it sit there, because if you don't test it for leaks beforehand and it's for leaking after you build this thing, it is just gonna be a pain in the butt. So we're gonna fill it up now when we have it out, just in case there is a water leak, so we can take care of it ahead of time. We're looking for about, like, I'm trying to fill it up to like the black part there, like the top, because that's about as much like water we're gonna have in there at one time. So go ahead and do that. And I haven't pre-tested this one, so if it does leak, it's going to be in the video too. I'm going to show you how to reseal a terrarium. Alright, now we're at the water line, pretty much where I want to be at. And, you know, don't be like me and spill half of it across. But, we're going to let this sit for a few hours, and if it leaks, it leaks. We'll fix it, and I'll show you, and if not, we're good to go. We'll start building the background.
Alright guys, after the water test we came up back with no leaks. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on this background here. So this background wood, all I did is go out into the woods, find some sticks that looked cool and looked like I liked them, and cut them down. That's literally all I did. I took them in the house, put them in the bathtub, let them soak for a few hours in some bleach water, drained the water, refilled the bathtub with regular water, let them soak again, and then drained it, and then let them dry. And now I already planned out how I kind of wanted the background. Unfortunately, I didn't show you guys that. Sorry about the kind of a bad camera angle here, but you know, we're working with what we got. So essentially I'm just laying out how I like it, and just tacking it in place with a glue gun. So like, these geckos only weigh at most like 40 grams, so you don't really need too much to hold it on. And you don't need a full size branch either, because we're gonna have substrate down at the bottom. So if this is an 18-inch enclosure, you only really need like a 14-inch branch for it. One thing I did forget to mention though is when you're picking out wood, you really want to stay to non-sappy woods. Like, I tend to stay I'm from Florida, so I have abundance of oak wood and oak shrubs, so I tend to use oak in all my enclosures. If you don't know what oak looks like easily, just look it up online. The bark is how you identify it. The bark is so much different than like pine tree. You just want to stay away from pine, because if you get sap on your gecko, you're looking for a bad day. You might also notice that the branch I just put in there has a little moss on it. Totally okay. I sanitized the moss, and if it ends up growing and spreading, that's great for our bioactive environment in this enclosure. It just adds to more detail and stuff. And as you can see too, a lot of the background wood that I am adding has extra branches and stuff coming off of it, because I really like to bring a 3D aspect into my builds. The more branches and clutter you can include into the background, it just makes for a cleaner and organized setup, I believe.
Alright everybody, I'm back. So you just seen what I did is I took the wood that I had pre-cut and cleaned, which I'm eventually going to do a video on how to show you guys how to do that. But essentially I just laid it out in a pattern on how I liked it, and just tacked it with hot glue just to hold it in place, right? So after you have it tacked and everything's kind of holding itself up, you can go back through, and everywhere you hit with a tack, just hit it with this clear silicone, and it'll hold it on there really tight. So like, we're talking about a gecko here, they only weigh like 30, at most like 40 grams. So like, a gecko's not going to pull a piece of wood off of this. And once when we get the substrate in there, it's going to hold it. So the next video, or the next part of this, you're just going to see me hitting this with silicone, and then probably filling in these gaps with moss. Alright, see you guys then.
Alright guys, I just wanted to take a second in the video to let you know that I did the rest of this background on Instagram Live, so if you want to see the rest of it, check out my Instagram and follow for inside details. Alright, now that we got the background done, we're going to go ahead and add our drainage layer. I guess you guys can guess where these rocks came from. My backyard. I just gathered them up and sanitized them. Here, we're using topsoil, but don't be like me. I forgot to put a screen in between the rocks and the substrate, so we'll deal with that problem when it comes up in the future. But yeah, the topsoil, like $3, $4 a bag at Home Depot. I don't mix mine with sand. That's just a preference. I feel like it's a waste of money. I can use that money on something else. So I just use topsoil, and I've never had a problem with it. We're going in now and hitting this thing with some leaf litter, some oak leaves, just some stuff I had on hand. Now I'm bringing in that sphagnum moss. Stuff helps with humidity. What I'm also doing is I'm building a planter, a built-in planter, out of sphagnum moss in the top, so I can plant some pothos up there eventually. You'll see that later on in the video. But yeah, sphagnum moss is amazing. It's like $7 a bag. I'm basically making a pot out of it. So I did that, and I'm gonna fill the top up with some topsoil, just to give it some dirt in there. But that sphagnum moss is gonna hold it all for us. Now we're coming in with a purple plant. I forgot the name of it, but it's non-toxic to our reptile buddies. It's about $3 at Walmart. Walmart is the move for plants, let me tell you. Here, coming in with some pothos. I'm gonna plant it up in that pot that I made out of sphagnum moss and topsoil. Remember that? Cool little tip there. Be able to plant it high in a natural position, and it'll grow all over the enclosure really nice. I had a bunch of it because I ended up buying like a $15 pothos for my other enclosures, and this is what I had left, so I ended up using the rest of it in here. Just making it look pretty and stuff. There's a good picture of my arm. Sorry about that, guys. Still work in progress. This YouTube thing is brand new to me. And here I'm shoving more pothos in there. because all that is sphagnum moss, and this thing just loves moisture, and these pothos spread so easily. Here I'm coming in with some beautiful pink and green little hydrangeas, I think they're called, but very pretty. Oh, here's another pothos I'm putting in. Now right here, this is gonna be our humid hide. Put some sphagnum moss in there, spray it down real good. Cool story about this thing. Me and my wife went thrifting, ended up finding it for $3, and it's cool. It's like a little samurai helmet. So I was like, oh, let's build a cage and put this in the front. And it came out really cool, I think. I really like how it kind of tied it in. That purple flower in the back is gonna flower in time with some pink flowers. So this is gonna be a really nice, beautiful enclosure. Just spraying it down now. It's getting everything together. Right here we got some, I think they're dairy cow isopods, I believe, but I took them out of my own enclosure that I'm breeding them in. There's like, yeah, you see the little babies running around in there. And this is what's gonna make our our enclosure fully bioactive. There are springtails in there as well. I just couldn't get them on camera. So right here, we're gonna attempt to put a magnet shelf on here for our water and food. Right here, we got a temp gauge and a humidity gauge we're installing in the corner of the enclosure to give us our good readings. These are just some Amazon grow lights that I got at the time. They were like $10 online. Your plants won't grow without them, so I suggest getting them. We're also not running UVB in this enclosure because this is a budget build. We will be supplementing the lizards' calcium with D3. So yeah. Now we're just giving a final spray down of the enclosure, getting everything set in there. We're also going to go ahead and hit it with a deep water. You're going to want to make sure you water in these plants real well, just so they have a good chance to develop. Alright, and I'll wrap up our budget bioactive enclosure. Our total will come up right here. We ended up spending $137 total, but it's totally up to you on how much you spend. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Eddie's Lizard Life.